Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So we have the Halloween Hatchers in here, so I'm going to pull, and then I'll talk about the new characters and the old characters and the drop characters, and then maybe I'll talk about the Yokai Watch characters as well, just because they're still available. I'm going to pull in the old Hatcher only. I'm going to skip the new one for now, and then I'll pull until I get a Hoshidama, so let's see what we get. I want Ibaraki Doji the most. Go! Stop, stop, stop. Uh-oh. Well, let's check the rates real quick. So, 0.9. I think that's the same as the Summer Alpha characters when they came out. Okay, let's go again. Hopefully I get something. Come on. Stop, 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 stop. Oh. Oh, okay, alright, cool, cool. Here's Beethoven Alpha. Alright, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Oh! There we go. Whoa. Alright, stop one more time. Wow. So I got what I wanted most. The other two I felt like would have been like good bonuses. And I think I said this in the anniversary video, but all of the characters look like interesting and fun to use rather than necessary. So maybe I'll have some fun with these guys. Okay, let's pull one more. Still want to get that Hoshidama. Go! And then Ribbon Alpha looks interesting too. Come on. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, so this is the Hoshidama, I think. Okay, Ribbon. Come on. Ah, Mammon. Super, super strong, but I already have two of them already, so... Okay, not bad. So, let's talk about the characters. I guess we'll go to the Monsterpedia. Alright, so first let's talk about the old characters. Here's Ibaraki Doji. She's the one that most people are looking at right now. She is a Pierce power type with null damage while null block. And then there's lots of characters with that kind of sling style double null ability. Let's just do that. So other people similar, it'd be like Non-No Alpha, they'll compete with each other, but you can also use them together, so they're good for that. Let's see, there's also Magmel, of course. They do similar things, so you don't want to use them together. There's King. There's Adokiel. Yeah, but not a ton, not a ton. But yeah, being a power type, attack is very high, HP is also good, speed is slow, but it doesn't matter too much for her, because of one reason. She has the copy bump combo, with the bump combo boost. And I think she might be the only second one after Diamond to have that, but it essentially makes her a blast type as far as damage from her bump combo. But, whereas being a power type or a blast type doesn't affect the damage coming out of the copy bump combo, the bump combo boost does affect it, so now, in that sense, Ibaraki Doji is the strongest character in the game. She can take any bump combo, turn it to water element, and then raise the damage by 50%. And that's insane, so you want to pair her with like Lucifer, or Gabriel, or Mana, or whomever you want to get out a stronger version of that bump combo. And I think some people did the math. If you go to a light element quest, Ibaraki Doji will still do more damage than Lucifer in that quest. Lucifer gets the element advantage for getting extra damage on light characters, but it's only like a 0.3% multiplier. But with Ibaraki Doji, it'll be 0.5, so it'll be higher. So she's very, very crazy. And then Strike Shot is actually pretty strong too. It's the one where she shoots the laser, and then the more enemies it hits, the more times it will bounce and then hit more guys and do more damage. So very, very cool. I don't know actually what to recommend for her for Ableberries, because she doesn't need the sidekick. I guess you could give her Kin Strength just for more direct attack damage, but yeah, I don't know. Also, she has no gauge, so that makes her great for easy quests or medium quests where you just want to farm a lot quickly. So she's a pretty great character. Very lucky to have gotten her. Okay, next, let's look at Ribbon Alpha. Sad I didn't pull her. She's funky. She's a Pierce with the Super Null Warps and the Null Speed Down Wall. And then she has the resistance to all elements and then resistance to non-elemental damage, M. So I think that's 50%, cut all damage to her by half. HP is pretty low, but with that resistance, shouldn't be that big of a deal. She is a Blast type, and then her bump combos are the All-Range Bullet, and then the Super Wave. I think she's only the second character to get the Super Wave, the first one being Nyoibo, and then he was a Power type. So this Super Wave I think is going to be twice as strong. And then Nyoibo's Strike Shot was already very strong, so this should be pretty crazy. And then she has an 8-turn Tackle Strike Shot where she can stick to a target, so that would make it very easy to use her bump combo. There are quite a few light characters that are Pierce No Warp, so I kind of feel like I don't need her for that. It would just be to play with the bump combo. Okay, next is Beethoven Alpha. He might be the funkiest of the three. But he's a Bounce with the Super No Gravity Barrier, and then Quadruple Slayer, Bird, Beast, Etherean, and Dragon. So it's like a mix of his Ascension and Evolution forms. So he has the Null ability plus the Slayers, so best of both worlds. Stats are pretty solid overall. 32 is very good without a gauge on the attack. And then a bump combo, he has the Super Meteor, and then the Super Meteor. So one hits once, one hits 6 times. And then the Slayers will go into that. He also has no gauge, which is great. And then he has the creates a space strike shot, like Marishten, but he can get it out every turn. So if you love to go for hit stops or something, then he can be fun to play with. He does have the critical luck skill, and if that goes off, that will kind of eliminate your chances of getting the hit stop, which is too bad. People were hoping he would get like shield or guide or something. But to be honest, I don't think most people are going to go for hit stops these days. So, you know, having the critical, not that big of a deal. I would love to bring this guy into Hakua. Maybe if I'm ever farming an easy quest where I just need Null Gravity Barrier, I can use him in there. Okay, next, let's look at the new Halloween Hatcher monsters. First is Fusehime Alpha. This is kind of interesting because she's a pretty new character, but she already got an alpha form, so probably speaks to her popularity. She is Fire Pierce with the Super Null Damage Wall Null Warp. Not a double null ability sling style element combination that you see a lot of, but it could be useful. She'd be really great for quests where you need one or the other. I find myself using Ryuko in the same way. I think maybe for like future use or like everyday use as well, maybe she's the best of the three. But she has a Blast type as well, and she has the Satellite, so that can be good damage on that. I think she's only the second or third character to get this after Sailor Moon, if you remember that. And then she's got the lock-on Poison Pierce Wave, which I like. Strike Shot is a speeding power-up and then creates a barrier around her. This goes off after only 12 turns, so she can have like a barrier on her, maybe almost constantly. If you have some like, if you pick up some of the sand clocks or stuff like that. Pretty powerful strike shot, I think. Okay, next up, let's look at Alibaba Alpha. He is Water Bounce with the Minesweeper M null block. Again, double null ability, element, sling style combo that we don't really need at the moment, but you never know in the future. He is a balance type, bump combos are okay, snipe, machine gun, and the 8-way laser. 8-way laser is fire, so that's going to be less damage in fire quests. The best things about him are his high attack and then his strike shot, I think. He has the same strike shot as Aramitama, where the more teammates he hits, the higher the multiplier goes to his attack. And then the highest multiplier on the second tier of a strike shot is 4.5, which is insane. I always use Kiss Kill Leela as a benchmark. She gets a 3 times multiplier to attack with her strike shot, but yeah, this blows that out of the water. And then even the first tier, it's like almost 2 or more than 2 times multiplier. That's really good for 16 turns, I would say. Okay, last one is Lewis Carroll Alpha. She has the best kind of use case at the moment right now. She is wood with a pierce and Minesweeper M, no wind. So you can use her in both Paradox and Tirnanog. But beyond those 2 quests, I don't know if you would use her very much. Her bump combos are not too good. She has that kind of split rebound thing, which is pretty difficult to use. If the rebound shots hit an enemy and then they go out towards the wall, that's the end of the bump combo, and then you don't get any more damage from it. It's not like Moses' strike shot, or bump combo, which is too bad. She has the hit all poison meteor, which can be good with characters with the poison slayer. And then the reveals the weak point strike shot. So yeah, in those 2 quests that I mentioned, those high level quests, you can certainly use her. But there are so many other wood characters that are pierced with the Minesweeper that I think very few people are going to need her for those quests. But yeah, overall, looking at the new Hatcher monsters, I feel like they're more there for like maybe the possible chance that they'll be useful in the future, rather than right now. The older Hatcher monsters, the Halloween characters, I think they would be fun and kind of weird now, so that's why I pulled in that Hatcher. Okay, next let's look at the drop monsters for Halloween. First one is Candy. I will be making her. All of these quests are pretty easy. Fire, Pierce, Minesweeper, Null, Magic Circle. That's a fine Null ability combo. Bump combo is no good. Strike shot is a speed and power up plus the Null block, so that's kind of interesting and useful. Next up is Vamp Kid. I will probably skip this guy because he's a 5-star and under quest, and I don't like playing those. But he's a water pierce Minesweeper with the Null speed down wall. Again, that could be an interesting Null ability combo. Bump combo is the green peas, not that great. Strike shot is the speed up, and then creates the barrier around him, which will give him immunity to damage walls. But yeah, I'm not going to make this guy. And before I forget, let me say one more thing about Beethoven Alpha. He has only the super null gravity barrier, but when he uses his strike shot to create that area, he also picks up null warp, so every other turn you can think of him as having null warp as well, which might make him interesting for Raudora, but he would be tricky to use. In order to get the most out of his strike shot, you'd have to, get his positioning right the turn before, so I don't know if it would be too useful in there. Something to keep in mind though. Okay, next, let's look at the super extreme character, the drop character with 2 forms. This is Mea. This is a dark bounce with the null wind, null warp. I have lots of dark bounce, null warp max lux, so I'm not going to be making it for this version, I think. She does have the chain lightning, which is a pretty good bump combo for a drop monster. And then strike shot is actually really good. It's like a Hikari or Onyx, becomes a pierce, and then all characters that she hits will get a meteor. The Hatcher monsters with the strike shot, they get a pretty good multiplier to their speed and attack. I don't know if it's the same for Mea here, but that would be a good strike shot to use for sure. And then the Ascension is maybe more interesting. It's a pierce, no gravity barrier, no block, no gauge. That's the same as the fire version of Otsu, which this character is based on. Bump combo is not as good though. She has the super lock-on expanding wave like Horai, and then the poison meteor. The Otsu version has the blast bomb combo, which makes her one of the best max lux in the game. This character does not have that, so she can't support you in that way. And then strike shot, extra damage on characters with gravity barriers on them, which is pretty strong. I'm going to make her just because, but I don't anticipate using her a lot. Okay, and then because we have a few days left of Yokai Watch, let's look at those as well. Here is Jibanyan, and then he's one of the characters you can get with coins. And then he's so affordable and cheap, you can just get him and then the blue cat and the green cat all in once, just to raise your max luck count and then your spirit crest count. That's what I did. But this red one is pretty good. Fire bounce, null magic circle, null block, null speed down wall. So no main gimmicks, but lots of versatility, maybe. And then the super lock on pierce wave. This is one of the best bump combos that a drop monster can get, I feel like. The regular lock-on Pierce Wave is about 18,000 per hit. This is 26, that's pretty good. And then looks like some kind of tackle strike shot. Next up is Fuyunyan. Pierce, flight, no gravity barrier. Speed is very slow. All stats are kind of low, actually. But he does have the vertical laser EL for 25,000 damage. I feel like 3 years ago this would have been an amazing max luck, but these days not so much. One, you don't really want to count on drop characters for damage, and then two, to really get good damage out of the bump combo you have to position him right, and I don't think he's worth the trouble. But I made him again just to raise the max luck count. And next is Komasan, and this one is the one that I'm most interested in. Pierce, no gravity barrier, no damage wall, wood, blast bomb combo. And then, if you know me, you know that my favorite max lucks are the Pierce characters with the double null and the blast bomb combo. So this guy is great. This guy's up there with like Otsu, Eden, people like that. And if that's not enough reason, this is also the first wood drop monster with the Pierce, no gravity barrier, and the blast bump combo in the entire history of Monster Strike, all the 6 years. So he's pretty special, I think. He or she. Okay, next, let's look at the drop monsters. These are ones where you just play the quest normally and get drops and then make the max luck. First is Kabuki. She is the one that I will make. Water, Pierce, Null, Magic Circle, Flight. So it could be interesting. That's a rare Null ability combination. Green Peas Bump Combo again, not so great. Strike Shot is a laser. So she's interesting for the double null. Next up is QB. I'm definitely going to be skipping this guy. Light bounce with null damage wall only. There's a bunch of guys with that. He has the weak point slayer, so that can be extra damage in bosses' weak points with the bump combo as well. But yeah, I don't think so. And then here is Autochi. A lot of people have their eye on him or her, but I'm going to skip him as well. Dark bounce with null block only. I just made a Naohi, so if there's ever a quest where I need a dark bounce with null block, I'll use her instead. He does have the Demon Slayer M, which is very strong, and then that will go into his bump combo as well, the Rampage Laser. So if you are using this bump combo against demons, this can be stronger than Hatcher monsters, so that is something to consider. But yeah, it's not worth it to me. I'm going to skip this guy. Okay, and then finally there is Enma. He is the mission monster. You can raise the level of your Yokai Watch characters, or beat certain levels with certain characters, or whatever, and then you unlock the max luck of this guy. He's pretty good. Fire Bounce, Minesweeper M, Null Magic Circle, no gauge, which is nice. He has the Spread Piercing 5, which is stronger than it looks like, and then the Speed Up S, which is always nice on a drop monster. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend him. But yeah, for drop monsters, I'd recommend Kabuki. For the coin monsters, I'd just get all of them, but I especially recommend Komasan here. And then yeah, get Enma. And then for the Halloween characters, it's up to you. You can make them all. They're not very difficult, and yeah, you can get medals from them as well. Okay, but that is not the end of the video. I also have this one pull for a guaranteed new character. So let's pull in here. Let's see what we get. Oh, and it does come with Waku Waku Mean, so hopefully we get a Transcendent form, and then we get 2 S++ Able Berries, so... Oh, okay. I forget her name. I think she's one of the very last Hatcher monsters to come out before the move to Transcendent form, so we're only going to get the 1 Able Berry. Let's hope it's S++ though. She does look pretty strong though, her character. Oh, S+. Let's see what it is. Okay, alright. Maybe I can make use of that. So yeah, happy to have her. Always happy to have new characters. And yeah, that is a look at the Halloween characters and the Yokai Watch characters as well. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.